Speaking of mysterious, here we go. More grid electrical malfunctions? Are you serious right now? This just stepped up to a whole new level. Check out this video that was sent in by Barbara. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Are you serious right now? There it is in slow motion. We're going to come back to that. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. Malfunctions with the grid. There was a person right there filming this with their camera, and all of a sudden the sparks started flying. Right there, they bolted. What was causing that? I mean, we've been seeing mysterious flashing lights all around the globe. Now this? There wasn't a storm. You didn't see any lightning. Video was sent in by Barbara. I just got this today from yesterday at 5:58 p.m. I'm waiting to hear back on the exact location. Looks like palm trees over here, so I'm assuming somewhere in the south maybe. But right there tells the story. Person filming this with their camera, there was the sparks. They bolted inside. This is from a outdoor security camera, and the first video was a gentleman standing on the ground. Talk about a malfunction. What is going on with the grid? Maybe a substation, maybe a transformer, maybe a bunch of transformers here. I don't know, but something was throwing sparks in the sky from these power lines and power poles above their backyard. I believe this was less than 24 hours ago. Unbelievable. Video.
I don't have much more to add other than this is directly related to the plasma fires. So this is from a video I posted a couple weeks ago from the LA fires, but this phenomenon with the power lines being on fire is something that's been seen multiple times. There's at least 2 or 3 other videos out there that people have sent me links to from the LA fires with burning power lines, but I just didn't make an extra video. But this is a common occurrence, and it is presumable that the same thing causing the power lines to burn in these fires is the same electricity, the same energy as was seen in that person's backyard without the fire. And this is direct
one.
All right, so here on the right side, you can see a power line that's glowing as if it's energized or on fire. And then he's going to, I slowed this down a little bit, and then he's going to pan to the left, and you're going to see the other end of the power line is actually not on fire. Now, what I believe is happening here is the right side of the power line has been struck by most likely microwaves, which is inducing eddy currents through the power line and causing resistive heating. So I think that's what we're seeing there.
Hi, so there is an anomaly that we did.
All right, so here on the right side, you can see a power line that's glowing as if it's energized or on fire. And then he's going to, I slowed this down a little bit, and then
Hi, so there is an anomaly that we did.
All right, so here on the right side, you can see a power line that's glowing as if it's energized or on fire.
directly related to the plasma fires and the plasma apocalypse, so that's why I decided to throw it in my video library, the electrified atmosphere. And what you're seeing here is those sparks are coming from the middle of the line, the middle of the span between 2 poles. There are no splices there where it could be shorting between the connections. There's a loose connection that allows it to arc. There's no splices there. It's right in the middle of the line that it's throwing these sparks off. We've had transformers and substations blow before, but never the middle of the power line like this. And it's probably also related to these flashing lights all over. I've wondered to myself often, the difference between those who watch Mr. MB3's channel on a regular basis and those who do not. Your family and friends, your coworkers. They aren't watching this happen as it's happening. They're living in a completely different world. They witness and observe different things and have a different experience, so they can be standing right there in the same environmental circumstances as you, and you're living in two different worlds because you're having a completely different experience, because you're witnessing and observing a completely different experience than those who do not see it happening as it's happening. So I guess that's what kind of makes it a lonely world. You're alienated and ostracized and outcast, and you can't really relate to people. The blind who can't see. There's also, in these recent fires, you see a lot of these power lines on fire. The lines themselves are glowing red hot and flaming, because these fires are electricity based. I've proven that beyond any reasonable doubt. In the videos where I show that the burn line follows the grain of the wood, which proves that it's not burning the wood on the outside with a flame, but it's burning it from the inside with an electrical current. It's far beyond proven that these fires are electricity based. We can debate whether or not it's directed or geomagnetic induction or lasers, but when you start talking about blue things, that's a red herring. You're misleading people. They can understand electricity, but you start talking about blue things and you lose them. So if you want to actually share this truth about these fires with the people, stop talking about blue things. Electricity. These fires can be explained in one word, and that's a concept that people are familiar with. A force people understand to some degree, even though none of us are very technically savvy about how electricity works. We all understand its existence. And when you say that one word, electricity, and tell them, now look at those fires and look for what you know of and your understanding of electricity, and you'll see the fingerprint of it all over. That's a way that you can actually get through to people. Blue things is misleading. It's a blue herring. It's meant to mislead people with irrelevant information and come to erroneous conclusions. They're putting more people in jail for arson. The Greek Prime Minister announced that they had arrested 79 arsonist scum. That was the headline of a video that I made, and that was the thumbnail of the video. These people are not responsible for these fires because these fires are electricity based. A person cannot make these fires happen. And if you walk into a courtroom and try and say, Your Honor, it's proof. Look, blue things didn't burn, you'll get laughed right out of the court. But you say electricity, the 12 jurors will be able to look at the evidence and go, yeah, I do see electricity. Even with their rudimentary understanding of electricity, they'll still be able to see it. So please, stop talking about blue things. You were tricked, you were fooled, you got duped. And every time you repeat that, you're investing in it further. People invest in things they've already invested in. So if you've made 1 or 2 videos talking about blue things, eventually you'll be able to see that, oh, okay, I was duped. I'll let that go and admit that I was wrong. But when you've made 15 videos talking about blue things, you're so highly invested in it, you don't want to lose your seed investment and admit that you were wrong. So you continue to invest, and you are not willing to cut your losses. And so you continue to invest in it. That whole thing is based on confirmation bias, where you see the evidence of your pet theory and you disregard all the other evidence that contradicts your pet theory or does not support your pet theory. That's why these people that are talking about blue things, they'll see a green garbage bin, a black one, and a blue one, and they'll see the blue one and disregard the black one and the green one, and then even say, well, green is made out of yellow and blue. Doesn't that count? You're grasping at such a thin thread that's so far out there, you're jumping over the 800-pound elephant in the room in order to grasp at your little thread. You want to be the progenitor of the truth and deliver your great contribution to the conversation. It's a pacifier. It's a binky. It's compensation for an inferiority complex. where you're compensating for feelings of inferiority, insecurity, inadequacy, incompetence, and impotence. You're powerless. You're not potent. So you grab onto this thing. Now I'm knowledgeable. Now I'm confident and competent to navigate this environment. I know that blue things didn't burn. For more on this subject, see the videos linked in the description titled Plasma-Induced Cognitive Dissonance, Part 1 of 2. And the video that I made over a year ago titled Blue Things Didn't Burn is a Tar Baby Psyop.